Hey guys, Shadow Knight here. Today's gonna be an awesome day. Well, it has been an awesome day. It's been more of a stay-at-home day for me. I got up, ate breakfast, watched a little bit of Netflix, went for my jog, did a couple push-ups, sit-ups type thing, watched some more Netflix, and I had to go out and do some shopping. Well, since getting back, my father and his friend had to go to work, so I'm home alone. Yay! Living with family for a week, right? It's beautiful outside right now. It's just beautiful. It's raining. It's at that duskiest point. Actually, here, you guys can take a look. It's very beautiful, and I actually wish the moon was out right now. But you see that? It's just beautiful the way it looks. Am I right? So, if you couldn't tell, I'm not doing this on a video recorder. I'm actually doing this on my computer, which most of you should be able to tell because, well, I'm in Ubisoft. So, without further ado, let's hop into the game. So, last time we... Just a sec. Options. Oh, no, not. Give me just a sec. Silly Corbin, right? So last time we played, we had just gotten out of the Stormhold. Give me a second, I can show you guys. See the Seraphan Stormhold. Sorry, it's been a while since I played, so gotta remember which control was to look at. I think it was N. Yep, N. So we just got out of there. We came out the doorway on the other side, swam under. We met up with Mobius, got this stuck to us in a symbiotic state, so I use it and well, it harms me. So, without going any further, let's continue.
While I had only just escaped the stronghold, I sensed that in time my journey would return me full circle to this place. Infiltrating the fortress, however, would be no small feat. The balcony that had provided my escape was now well beyond my reach, leaving this massive gateway as the only means of entry. The gates were sealed, but like the time-streaming chamber I had seen earlier, their operation was undoubtedly linked to that odd crystal mounted above the entrance.
So, let's see here. What are you gonna give me? Just more of these things? Die! You call me a vampire? I'm not the one stealing blood. Should be looking for Cain. I know he's somewhere in this era. Oh, so that's how it is. Now you get guns? Can I block that? Good. That gun is annoying. Like, really annoying. Sorry about the volume. It's been really weird all day. It's like you'd be super quiet one moment and super loud the next. Whoa, check out what's going on with the Reaver. That electrical status just going around it was like supercharged. You guys see that? I love what you guys have done with the place. All these stabbed vampires? Hey, you wanna know something that I've always really thought about? If there were supernatural creatures in the world, what would I be? Personally, because I only really think that in the realm of supernatural creatures, there'd be things like werewolves and vampires and stuff like that. Not like a whole rat race like in the Venomine, or whatever they're called, in Grimm. Sci-fi TV show that I love to watch. It just, there'd be so many different cultures if you went off all the past created sci-fi supernatural characters. It's not funny. So if I had to choose one, I think I'd go with the one that would give me the most abilities. That would link me more towards the eternally able to do just about anything type. So that'd probably be right around a mixture of like a vampire and a sorcerer or something like that. I mean, cause sorcerers, they're like, I've been watching a lot of Supernatural lately. So like they have this spell in Supernatural where a sorcerer can take the life force of another living person, and that's how they can sustain their eternal youth. While vampires don't need that. They just do that automatically, but they can't go out in the sun. I really like nighttime anyway, so it's a toss-up. I'd say I'd have to be somewhere in between those two categories. The fuck was that? You guys heard that too, that weird gangy thing? Yeah, just weird. I like how these crows just kind of fly up into nothingness. They remind me of the Legacy of Kain, Defiance. It's actually the next game in the series, but it reminds me of his, not time emblem, but balance. No, not balance. Mobility? No.
These vampires had nothing in common with the deranged jackals I left behind in Kain's derelict empire. They seemed to retain much of their former humanity. In this era, vampires were clearly not the uncontested predators we had been. These creatures were hunted mercilessly and oppressed. And while I still believed that vampirism was a plague and had to be wiped out, there was nothing noble or righteous in this crusade. This was simply ruthless persecution.
I'm not sure. But it's the green one that would let him teleport all over the place. It reminds me of that fragment of his balance. Another thing, they keep calling him a Raziel a vampire. I mean, with all that you've seen, can you really call Raziel a vampire? I mean, come on. Shouldn't they be able to tell by now that he is not a vampire? He does not suck blood. And if he were to remove that thing around him, that brown piece, because it's only a piece of cloth, they would see he has no bottom jaw. I mean, look at that. There is no bottom jaw. You see this? Do you see this? No bottom jaw. Not a vampire. Sure, he was once a vampire, but he's not now.
The pillars of Nosgoth. Pristine, whole, and uncorrupted. I had never beheld them in this undefiled state, yet something profound and indelible resonated within me at the sight. And there, waiting at the very heart of the pillars, was the canker that was destined to destroy them.
I know you're there, Raziel.
Mobius led me to you, Cain, though I might have guessed you'd meet me here.
And if Mobius told you I was hidden on the underside of hell, would you throw yourself into oblivion to pursue me? Mobius trawls for the ignorant and unwary, hauling his gasping prey from the streams of their destinies. Stay out of his net, Raziel.
Spare me your elaborate metaphors, Cain. I have pursued you here for one purpose. You will pay for your betrayal, and balance will thus be restored to Nosgoth.
And whose will is satisfied then? The will of Raziel or Mobius?
Would I be better manipulated by you, Cain? Now, turn and face me. The chase is over.
This isn't a chase, Raziel. We are merely passengers on the wheel of destiny, describing a perfect circle to this point. We've been brought here for a reason. I've seen the beginning and the end of our story, however, and the tale is crude and ill-conceived. We must rewrite the ending of it. You and I.
Face me, Cain. Even you shouldn't die a coward's death.
Isn't it customary to grant the condemned a final request?
I recall no such courtesy from you.
Indulge me, Raziel. All I ask is that you listen. This is the sublime moment of our undoing, Raziel. The ineffable fulcrum upon which swings the entirety of our history. This is where all of Nosgoth is betrayed. In this instant, Ariel, the Balance Guardian, is murdered by dark forces bent on overthrowing the pillars. Her spirit is just now tearing free, lost in the ether, trying to find its way here. We have already seen how she comes to haunt these pillars.
Bound here by your refusal to die. You are the reason this land becomes diseased. As long as you remain alive, you condemn Nosgoth to an eternity of decay.
Be still, Raziel. See this. As Ariel dies, I am being born to take her place as Balance Guardian. Such is my destiny.
My God.
At the moment of my first cry, Ariel's beloved, the Guardian Nupraptor, finds her corpse. Racked with grief and tormented by suspicions of treachery, Nupraptor plunges into a madness which overflows and infects all of the Guardians who are symbiotically bound, including me. The repercussions of Ariel's assassination were expertly calculated. The entire circle descends into madness, and I am tainted at the moment of my birth, instantly rendered incapable of fulfilling the role destiny has prepared for me.
Shall I show you the same mercy you showed the rest of the Circle, then? You blithely murdered them to restore their pillars, yet your hand faltered when it came to the final sacrifice. What makes you exempt, Cain? You're merely the last man standing. Why condemn me for simply carrying out what you hadn't the courage to do yourself?
Let's drop the moral posturing, shall we? We both know there's no altruism in this pursuit. Your reckless indignation led you here. I counted on it. There's no shame in it, Raziel. Revenge is motivation enough. At least it's honest. Hate me, but do it honestly. 30 years hence, I am presented with a dilemma. Let's call it a two-sided coin. If the coin falls one way, I sacrifice myself and thus restore the pillars. As the last surviving vampire in Nosgoth, this would mean the annihilation of our species. Mobius made sure of that. If the coin lands on the reverse, I refuse the sacrifice and thus doom the pillars to an eternity of collapse. Either way, the game is rigged.
We agree then that the pillars are crucial and must be restored.
Yes, Raziel. And that's why we've come full circle to this place.
So after all this, you make my case for me. To end this stalemate, you must die so that new Guardians can be born.
Pillars don't belong to them, Raziel. They belong to us.
Your arrogance is boundless, Cain.
There's a third option. A monumental secret hidden in your very presence here. But it's a secret you have to discover for yourself. Unearth your destiny, Raziel. It's all laid out for you here.
You said it yourself, Cain. There are only two sides to your coin.
Apparently so. But suppose you throw a coin enough times. Suppose one day it lands on its edge.
It lands on its edge. Is that the secret he's talking about? That we're the side of the coin that lands on its edge?
I didn't know what impulse stayed my hand. Why I had so willingly allowed Cain to escape me when I had pursued him for so long. I had no reason to trust Cain after he had valued me so little. And yet, I found myself intrigued by his words. I had been too cruelly used to so gullibly play his pawn. But if this world truly had secrets to divulge, I was determined to expose them.
Okay, so for the coin that lands on its edge, then what could the secret of us being here be? I wonder if it has something to do with the time change. Or maybe with fixing the blade, the Soul Reaver. I may have played this game before, I may have beaten it before, but I don't remember the entire story. I will tell you guys that now. I don't remember the story, and that's why I'm playing it again, and why it's so fun to go through and replay it, especially if you don't remember the story.
From the moment of my arrival, I had the constant and palpable sensation of being watched. Someone, it seemed, was keenly interested in my presence here.
See, I told you it was weird how the birds just disappear like that. They're watching you. Always watching you when you play. But why?
From the look of it, this door had been sealed for centuries. I began to realize it was no mere coincidence that I found myself standing here, beneath this winged figure with blue skin and cloven hands so like my own, and bearing this unique key.
Wait, this is us, isn't it?
And so it
That's
was with a
Raziel.
sense of gravity and trepidation that I unsealed that ancient door and crossed the threshold.
Okay, so I'm gonna enter this because I believe that can close behind you. So from that painting, I think there are two possibilities. One, that Raziel's been there way further in the past, and that's when that door was built. Or two, there was already a race of whatever Raziel is right now that actually went through the world as a living race, but much like the vampires of this time, have been killed into extinction. The Soul Reaver. All the way down the halls. And that there being two? Come on, this can't be such a big coincidence. Can it? Where are those things even going? Wow. Just disappears. I'm sorry, but now I'm interested. Okay, so I can. Whoa, see what I mean? That electricity that just spirals around it? It's pretty creepy, man. The way this is built, it looks more like it was made out of stone and marble. But those torches are so high. I'll continue after the cutscene.
As I entered the chamber, I sensed that it had been sealed for hundreds, perhaps thousands of years. And while this room was clearly built when the pillars were erected, I knew that no human hand could have shaped this place, and that perhaps it had never been seen by human eyes. The surrounding murals depicted a winged race, their features so like my own, but beautiful, where mine were grotesque, and angelic, while mine were demonic. I tried to decipher these images. A great war, but with combatants like none I had ever seen. The pillars, raised by this winged race, who thus defeated their adversaries. The winged beings again, writhing in agony, apparently afflicted with the same bloodthirst I had so recently suffered. And throughout the chamber, inscribed everywhere, images of the Reaver itself. Was this what Cain had urged me to discover? I wondered.
Lies, Raziel. Do not be deceived.
Ah, my ancient benefactor. And I dared to hope we had parted ways forever. The silence was refreshing, but it lasted. No doubt you have a conveniently inexpressible reason for your presence here.
Do not be insolent, Raziel. I am eternally present here and everywhere, now and always. I am the still center of the turning wheel, the hub of this world's destiny.
But perhaps not so omnipotent as you'd have me believe. Your hold on me appears to be tenuous. I no longer seem to need you. Yet I'm guessing you still need me.
This impudence is unworthy of you, Raziel. Do not forget that you have a task to fulfill here. You are indebted to me.
Indebted? You would have me show gratitude for a gift I didn't ask to be bestowed. Do you forget that you forced me to inhabit this vile carcass?
I restored you to yourself, Raziel. It was Cain who destroyed you. The very enemy you've just let slip through your grasp. Do not fail me, my servant.
I serve no one. Not you, not Cain, and not your lackey Mobius.
Mobius is my good servant. I have many.
And if I tell Mobius that he's worshipping a giant squid, do you think his faith will falter?
You have grown willful, Raziel. But beware. To embrace a serpent is to invite poison into your heart. Cain is a sinuous beast. He will seduce and deceive you. You pride yourself on your free will, yet you let that degenerate deter your resolve.
I harbor no illusions about his integrity, nor anyone else's. In fact, I am beset by manipulation on all sides. I merely seek the truth.
These are the fathomless truths, Raziel. The agony of birth and death and rebirth. This is the wheel of fate, the purifying cycle which sustains all life. Vampires are an abomination, a plague which leeches this land of its spiritual strength. They obstruct the flow of life and death. Their souls stagnate in their wretched corpses. But the wheel must turn. Death is inexorable and cannot be denied. Your destiny is irresistible, Raziel. You are my soul Reaver, the scourge of the vampires, reaper of their apostate souls. Remain steadfast. End the vampire's parasitic curse and restore Nosgoth. Kain's blood belongs on your hands.
Kain indeed deserves to die for condemning me to this repugnant form. But if and when I kill him, it will be for me alone to decide.
Kain destroyed you without a flicker of remorse. He tore the soul from your noble corpse, and after you had served him faithfully for 1,000 years, he discarded you in the abyss on a jealous whim. Remember your rage, Raziel. Let it guide your hand.
Okay, so as I was going on about how the way this looks, about how it's built with marble and stone, well, you see right there, you see that flame right there, that light has to signify that somehow something has been able to get down here. Because I don't know about you, but these lights don't look like they could burn endlessly. I don't think I've ever seen one that could burn endlessly. So what could do that? What could actually be down here to do that? And to this, I've seen these elements before. Air on the far left with the circle and 3 moon looking things. Light with the yellow thing right there. Fire. Over there is earth. Dark. Hold on a sec. Water. And what's this one at the middle? Is this supposed to be balance? I've only seen this one once. But these other ones I've seen multiple times. But why this? Why is this one here? You only see this one in the 3rd game. And then obviously here. But like you only see this type of Reaver in the 3rd game. So it's weird. And then you see all these depictions of this race. What if this was the vampire race before that happened and they had to start eating, or not eating, but drinking blood to survive? What if the vampires were once a proud and noble race that were cursed by the Wheel of Fate? And that's why the vampires hate the Wheel of Fate. Like Kain, what if he figured this all out in his time here? And that's why he hates the Wheel of Fate and wants to fight destiny. I mean, if that giant thing down there did this to them, if they were to do this to you, how would you feel? I know I would feel angry. Just absolutely pissed. I'd do everything to fight it that I could too. Okay, I'm gonna go. Yeah, don't look like I can go down any more further. What the heck is up with my character? Do you see this? You see this? It should not be doing this. I can see where I'm going. There. That's where I need to go. Oh sure, it'll stop me when I do that. Oh, come on. Okay, what the hell is shooting? Oh, so they get that green tint if they can shoot. Interesting. Another interesting thing. They seem to just travel through time. In all three games, they seem to travel through time whenever Raziel is involved. I mean, the three games where you play as Kain, Blood Omen, Blood Omen 2, and Legacy of Kain Defiance, you stay in that time until Defiance. Because in Blood Omen 1, you're Kain as a human at first, then die and become a vampire. In number 2, you lost the Soul Reaver to the Seraphan Lord. And then in 3, that's where Raziel comes in. And then you start traveling time and all that. Okay, I'm starting to think that that weirdness is due to the fact that I'm using this. Because no, right now it looks like I'm on a spring. Boing, boing, boing. Okay, I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna swim into this like this. Okay, that's just creepy. I'm not the only one, right? That's pretty dang creepy. What the? What in blue blazes? There. Now I'm not in the water. No, I'm in some sort of marsh. What the heck? Oh, why these footprints?
I surfaced into a very different landscape. The daylight barely penetrated the dense canopy of this forest. Here I discovered an ancient ruin, unmistakably one of Mobius's time-streaming chambers, but long ago sealed and abandoned to the encroaching swamp. I didn't currently possess the means to break this seal, but I thought in time that I might.
It looks like I would need some sort of air... like, it looks like I might need the air Reaver or something. Yeah, you made me mad. And you should die. No, I want the axe. Give me, thank you. No, I seem to be slower in that stuff, so I'm gonna try to jump from these to the next as well as I can, because that mushy stuff seems to slow me down. I don't like that. I get easily impatient when it comes to this kind of thing. Vorador?
So, my lurking observer was exposed. The creature vanished when he realized he was discovered, but I caught a glimpse of him, and his features were distinctive enough. This was the vampire Vorador, the monstrous assassin depicted in the stronghold. Strange that a creature brazen enough to assault the Circle single-handedly would avoid confronting me. Very well. If Vorador would not come to me, I would go to him. But first I needed to find some means of reaching that terrace.
The way this plays out, it's sounding kind of weird. Why? He's right. Why would Vorador be afraid of him if he single-handedly attempted to go against the Wheel of Fate, that giant squid thing? It just makes no sense. Get over here. Oh. Thank you. I mean, is there some secret that we don't know about that he would be afraid of me for? I wonder. Does doing this give my weapon a boost? Nope. What time is it? Okay, yeah, it's not even 10 o'clock. While being at my dad's here, visiting, he gets home right about 10:30ish, so that'd be my ending goal, is somewhere right around 10:15, 10:30. Ooh, it's still raining out. Yes, I wonder, can I pick this up? But as I was saying before I said that, I just love the rain. I can pick up the fire. Ugh. For some reason, I didn't think you'd be able to pick up the fire. I don't remember if you could or couldn't in the first one. I think you could, because I think you had to burn vampires with it. Because in that one, when you killed a vampire, you had to burn him somehow. And I forgot if you were able to actually pick up a torch. I knew you could throw them onto torches and stuff like that, but I believe you could actually pick up a torch. I do know, however, that you... Aw, my torch died. Give me another torch. Thank you. I do know, however, in the next game, Legacy of Kain Defiance, you only are able to use the Reaver.
There appeared to be a passage here, leading northward into the mountains. The opening, however, was obstructed and too high for me to reach. Perhaps later I would find the means to bypass these obstacles.
Oh, so speaking of the game series and all that, I finally got Soul Reaver 1. After I'm done with this playthrough, I'm gonna go through and play that. That is, if it will work. I've been trying to get into it and all that, but it hasn't been working, and I don't like that. I bought the game. It should work. If it won't work, I'm gonna demand... Actually, no, I won't. I will not demand refund because I only bought the game for like $1. But it's stupid. If it doesn't work, why sell it? Right? But yeah, I bought it off Steam. Same place I bought this. It just won't work. I didn't know there was a guy up there, but he hasn't seen me, so I don't get any XP for killing him. I'm just gonna walk away. I love the jumping mechanic. You see a little...
My lurking friend was nowhere to be seen, but I found these ruins even more intriguing. I recognized these arcane symbols from the chamber beneath the pillars, and realized that this shrine, too, was sealed to all but the bearer of the Reaver.
See the little lines that are behind his feet. I don't know why, but I'm like extremely obsessed with them. I like that. Whoa, what is that? What is that? Whoa. Whatever it is, it's dying. Whoa. Okay, I'm... Sweet. So it works as a shield for them, but a key for me. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, I'm gonna pound these guys and get what I deserve. Some souls. Thank you. Strangely enough, they eat souls to come back into the material realm. So, does that mean they are slightly cannibalistic because they'll eat each other? I guess it wouldn't be the physical realm, but like the one they were in then, when they went from soul to physical. Now, how am I supposed to get up there? No, seriously, how am I supposed to... I bet there's a way around. Oh, I forgot about those walls. Hey, it's you! Where did your friends come from? There we go. Okay, I pick up that sword. Oh, sweet. Okay, why did he die? Was it because I sucked the soul from the last one? Whoa.
Throughout this ancient shrine, murals depicted the winged race. the apocalyptic war against their mysterious and equally inhuman adversaries. These winged beings, it seemed, were not only the architects of the pillars, but of this enigmatic place as well. And just as in the pillar's chamber, this shrine was adorned throughout with imagery of the Reaver, depicted with the reverence of a holy icon.
Yeah, he's right. The way it's always got that circle around it. Are you running from me? Because you have no way to defend yourself? What? Let's make this a... Never mind. I want this. This looks cool. I like that gem. I'm sorry, but that gem just looks badass. 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 Now. Where'd my staff go? They just take my staff away? That's a giant crystal. It reminds me of Crash Bandicoot. The crystals. Those purple crystals. Yeah, it reminds me of those. Can't get in there. Looks like you can't enter those, because I don't think I'm able to open those doors. I wonder if... Aha! Oh. I wonder if I can open this. Now, I hope that stays open. Okay, I'm gonna take this. Darn it! I was really hoping that'd stay open. But I bet this is the... Oh, that's why you kept running away. You're not a close guy, you're a far shooter. Okay. Now, give me that soul. I like how it distorts space like that. It's just funny. Whoa. No, I don't really need to fight you, so I'm not. There we go, there's a button I was looking for. I wonder if I start running up here, can he shoot me? He can shoot at me, but I don't think he can shoot me. Okay, now, from the way this looks, I'm almost confident I got entered this realm. Yep, see? Thank you. But yeah, when my dad gets home, I'm going to the gym with him because I still got a couple pounds I have left to lose. So. Huh? Well, now this looks fun. I wonder. Oh, sweet. Will there actually be a light somewhere along this line? Nope. I wonder why this is broken. With the flat edge. Yeah, something about this seems really fishy. That's why. From the way it looks, I'm gonna assume if I do this, there's gonna be some sort of cutscene. Especially if I take this from the way it looks, it's supposed to be in front of a black. So if I move it here, does that become reality? That open up? Awesome! I was right! Yay! I'm a clue master. Fly like the wind, the bullseye. No? Oh yeah, don't I drop from like behind it or something? Yay! Need to pick this up. I'm starting to get the feeling that almost any silver dish will have done the job at this point in time. Can I just walk up to here? Sweet. Rather, if I remember correctly, I still gotta put something here, so I can put this here and go the other way. Right? Because, yeah, I think I gotta bring that crystals dropping down. Did it just take away some of my health? I think it just took away some of my health. Did you guys see that? I'm almost confident it just took away some of my health. Ah! It brought me into a demon's lair! I have devoured your souls. You are now my slaves. No. Alright. No one laughs at my jokes. Actually, I want this. I'm almost positive there could be those things lurking around here. See? +2 shooters right here? Yeah, I just better fight him. Might as well take his too. I'm sorry, but those ones are always kind of sketchy. Oh, cool! It made a small bridge. Oh, that's cool. Is that wavy? I think it was wavering. Huh, it is. It's super wavy. Huh, now that's pretty neat. I like that. I really, really like that. Do I have to fire up at the top again? Yep. I'm sorry, I really like that transaction. Just the You never know if you're in the right or in the wrong. I'm sorry, but I don't like how there's just this hole here. Oh. Sorry, looks like my battery is running low. Give me a sec. We're back! Yay! Alright, sorry about that. Yeah. When my computer does that, it'll give me the warning that I need to charge the battery, but then it shuts down, and it's just annoying. You guys know that feeling? I think some of you do. Alright. But no, I do not like the way that looks. I'm gonna see if I can move this. Yes! Oh. Okay, so... Let me think here. There has to be some sort of clue without having to... Not... I have an idea. How about to heck with it? Because, yeah, we don't even know where that thing is. So... Oh, wait, there is a clue. See right there? I think that's the clue. Oh, come on. Okay. I really love talking to you guys about this kind of stuff. It's fun. It gives me almost a feeling, a sense of purpose while doing these videos, more than to just play and put these videos out there for you to enjoy. It makes me feel like I'm not completely alone. Because, no, when you're all by yourself, you know you're by yourself, but when you're doing a video, it feels different. It's like you're not by yourself anymore. You're opening up in the doors to a whole new world where you are not alone. You have people there who like to watch you do things and like to encourage you. I'm getting sick and tired of these guys. So I'm just gonna... There we go. But like I was saying, it feels like you've got people here with you. Oh. There's giant clues all over the place. Yeah. Do want it way over there. So I want it to go get this way. There we go. And that shines onto the moon, lighting it up. Well, then now that is cool. Whoa, what is that? Oh, it gives dark energy to the crystal? I don't like the way the crystal's looking. Is that ceiling? Oh god, it's ceiling. Is that purple? It's purple.
As I neared the altar, I suddenly felt the Reaver quickening of its own volition. Just as in William's chapel, the balance of power tangibly shifted. Voracious and willful, the Soul Reaver was now in control. And I, merely its helpless puppet. The Reaver plunged itself into that mysterious altar, and devouring the energy that emanated from within, drained this place of its power. Thus sated, the Reaver released me. And I realized as I recovered control that these ancient shrines were forges, each purpose-built to enhance the Reaver with elemental power.
Okay, so if... Oh, I like that little moon inside. Can I do this still? Okay, so any Reaver seems to let me do that. So, why is it blue? Let's actually cutscene.
Now I understood the purpose of the mysterious basins I had seen throughout my journey. They were elemental fonts, each attuned to a fundamental essence. When I forged the blade, every font in Nosgoth with the same elemental attunement was simultaneously quickened. The Reaver's enhancements were never permanent, but these fonts enabled me to re-imbue the blade by bathing it in the elemental energy distilled therein.
Okay, so if they made it to put those elemental powers with the blade, that would mean they would have had to know that Raziel would exist and get a spectral blade like that.
Concentric circles, one eclipsing the other. I recognized this symbol from the door sealing that other ancient shrine, the one I had seen in the lake outside the Sarafan stronghold. Perhaps now, armed as I was with the elemental power of darkness, I could return and gain entry.
They would have had to know... Okay, that was my computer. I thought the whole room flashed for a minute and scared me. But they would have had to know that Raziel would exist and that he would get this Reaver the way it was, having it broken down and spectrally, symbiotically attached to his arm. Imagine what type of fortune telling or future vision they would have had to possess to be able to see that far ahead in time. Scary. Does that mean they'd be able to see me playing this? Would they be able to see you watching this?
You're a ragged excuse for a savior.
Vorador.
I see my reputation precedes me.
It does.
All good, I hope? I've been watching you since you emerged from that accursed stronghold. Strange that your arrival coincides with the corruption of the Pillars. But I'm wondering, are you the catalyst of these events? Or the answer to them?
I don't know what you mean.
I will speak plainly then. I distrust your origins, stranger. Seeing you crawl from the putrid depths of Mobius's keep makes me question your purpose here. And what should I make of your appearance? Not human, clearly, and more demon than vampire. And the Pillars. It is no mere coincidence that your arrival in that clearing heralded the Pillars' decay. And so I ask you plainly, are you the instrument of the Pillars' destruction, or their salvation?
Neither.
Very well. Let us look at the other side of the coin. I have followed your journey and watched as you blithely unlocked secrets that have been sealed and forbidden for thousands of years. The path you have been treading is open to only one being. You don't know what you are, do you?
I have been many things. If you find me ignorant, enlighten me.
What's the point? This world is beyond redemption. Let the human cattle have it.
I would expect better than meek capitulation from you.
Centuries of persecution have taught me well. 500 years ago, our race was nearly exterminated by the fanatical crusades of the Seraphan. And now the same sick drama unfolds again. In merely a decade, Mobius's cutthroat citizen army has nearly accomplished what the Seraphan could not. Vampires meddling in the affairs of men. Look where it's brought us.
What am I to make of these secrets I've uncovered, then? The depictions of the winged race, the Pillars, and the Reaver.
Fairy tales, boy. The delusions of an ancient culture clinging to hope long after the world had discarded them. Their bloodline trickled away, until only one of the ancients remained, sustained solely by obligation and his unfaltering faith in the old prophecies.
Yeah, I told you.
But you see, even if you are who you appear to be, it no longer matters. You're simply too late. Janos Audron, the Reaver Guardian, the last of the ancients, and my maker, was murdered by the Seraphan nearly 5 centuries ago. He alone would have the answers you seek, but his secrets died with him. I don't know how you've come even this far without his guidance, or without the Reaver, stolen these 500 years ago by the Seraphan. I'm afraid, my friend, that you and all of us are out of luck.
Wait a minute.
I had no less reason to trust Vorador than anyone else I had met. In fact, the ancient vampire was the most forthright being I had encountered thus far. If Janos Audron was the key to all this, then I would find him, and Mobius's time-streaming device would provide me passage. But first, I had to find a way back into the stronghold, and I suspected I would find the means within the lake's mysterious shrine.
Okay, so he said that Janos Oldrin was an ancient and bloodline trickled, and that he was the creator of, give me a sec, the guy we were just talking to, something start with the V. Right now, all my mind can keep going to is Voldemort, but I know it's not Voldemort. It's I can't remember it. I'll remember it later. But Janos Oldrin, us. It's a Seraphim keep. 5,000 years ago. So they're saying that Janos Oldrin was what Raziel is. But he was the last guardian of the Soul Reaver, which was that sword that was in the stronghold. So when we fixed it using the Reaver that we had, we wakened the symbiotic nature of our Reaver. So does that mean that we have a connection to the Soul Reaver, the actual sword? Why would it leech from our energy? And so would that mean that Raziel is a type of vampire? And the heart of darkness is what they called Janos' heart. If it was almost 5 centuries ago, why would Raziel have a connection to the sword? I don't know. Let's continue with the game. I'll think about it. I'll give you my theories in my next video. But no, I need to save this. So where's the last save point? I think there were, no, it was behind that, and I can't do that. Because you don't give me anything, I'm just gonna run past you guys. I wonder if I put this away, do I... Oh, I do, that's cool. I don't like the way it bounces me like that, though. Yet when I do this, it flies straight. Or swims straight, so... Oh, come on. Okay, so I've been thinking, if we have some strange connection to the Reaver, and Janos was the last guardian of the Reaver, what if it, and we were Seraphim warrior, or Seraphim priest, right? So what if we were the ones that killed Janos? What if we are the ones that ripped the heart from his, or the still beating heart from his body? Could that be why?
Ah, my wayward child returns.
having unearthed more than you'd like, I suspect. What am I to make of these ruins that litter the land, and these images here in this chamber?
Merely the deceits of a failed civilization. You are being misled, Raziel. This ancient race hoped to manipulate the future with these scrawled misdirections. You must tread carefully. There are dark forces at work in this world, bent on subverting your true destiny.
I have no doubt of that. The question is, am I in their presence right now?
Your arrogance will spell your demise, Raziel. Deny my will, and the arc of your destiny will reach a sudden conclusion.
Your threats are unmoving. Even now, I'm beyond your reach.
My reach is longer than you realize. This is a very dangerous game you're playing, Raziel.
I don't like the way that stopped on his tentacle. Okay, so that's pretty much all the time we have for now. So I'm gonna save this. It was good playing this and talking with you guys. If you have any questions, post down below. Thing you want to say, post down below, and please like and subscribe. Let's get these videos out there.